Whenever there are cracks or gaps in a wood floor, they can be filled before finishing. The best product to use for this purpose is Glitsa wood flour cement, because it is used in combination with the fine edger dust retained from a previous sanding of wood from the same species. Use the same safety precautions as stated earlier in the job site preparation portion of this DVD. Combine the wood dust and the Glitsa wood flour cement in a clean bucket and mix them together slowly and completely until the consistency is like pudding. It should be fluid enough to squeeze easily into cracks. Begin by cutting in around the edges of the room. Look for any large gaps that need to be spot filled. Next, trowel the wood flour cement across the entire floor in a back and forth motion, going several different directions and applying firm pressure to completely fill every crack with the wood flour cement. Keep the consistency just fluid enough to work into every space. You can add more wood flour cement at any time if the mixture becomes too thick. Never use thinner to change the consistency. Simply add more wood flour cement. Because you are using dust from the same species of wood, it will age the same as the floor. Work it in thoroughly so that every gap is filled. Scrape off the extra as you go. Try to leave as little excess as possible. When the wood flour cement is dry, you are ready to sand off any remaining filler, leaving the floor with cracks that accept the finish in the same way as the natural wood floor. When the customer wants a different tone or color on the wood floor, Glitsa has a great assortment of stains to apply. The Glitsa Gold Seal stains penetrate deeply and stain the floor evenly. The staining procedure begins by thoroughly mixing the stains pigment in the gallon can. Pour the well-mixed stain into a lined bucket. Application begins by cutting in the stain with a brush. Next, apply a generous amount of stain to the wood floor with a clean cloth. Work in approximately 3-foot sections that are easy to reach and easy to keep consistent. Whenever possible, it's best to apply the stain with a 2-person team. One person applies the stain and the other follows closely behind, wiping off the excess stain. Leaving any excess stain could interfere with the adhesion of the finish coat, so it is important to change wiping cloths often and wipe the excess stain off completely. Don't wait too long because the stain should not begin drying. Also, be careful not to allow any sweat or debris to fall on the stained floor. Keep track of your discarded rags. Overlap the finished section slightly and make sure you have plenty of clean cloths to wipe off excess stain. As the cloths become saturated with the stain, they can be passed on and followed by clean cloths. Pour any leftover stain back into the gallon can and be sure to cover the can with a cloth as you secure the lid. This prevents any unwanted splashing of the stain. Keep track of all the rags you use for applying the stain and wiping the excess stain off the floor. They must be collected and disposed of in a safe way. Take all the used stain rags, put them in a plastic liner, and soak them in water. This is important to prevent spontaneous combustion. Take all the used rags and place them in a fire-safe, water-filled, sealed metal container. Now you have a beautifully stained floor ready for the Glitsa Swedish finish. Depending on weather conditions and wood species, wood tone stains dry in approximately 24 hours and pastels in approximately 48 to 72 hours. Cold temperatures and excessive humidity will extend dry times. Allow stains to dry thoroughly before applying Glitsa sealers. Glitsa recommends no more than 1 coat of stain. When scuffs happen on a Glitsa Swedish system floor, they can be easily repaired using Glitsa Gold Seal aerosols. Glitsa Gold Seal aerosols come in 4 different sheens, so you will have no problem matching the sheen of your Glitsa Swedish finish: matte, satin, semi-gloss, and gloss. First, mask off in line with the grain of the wood around the area to be repaired. Next, lightly hand sand the scuffed area with 220 or finer sandpaper. Then tack the area to be repaired with a microfiber or terry cloth mop head to remove any and all dust. Shake the aerosol can well to make sure any matting agents are thoroughly mixed. Now, lightly spray the Glitsa Gold Seal over the scuff mark, and it will disappear, blending in with the Glitsa Swedish finish. Now quickly and carefully remove the masking materials, and the repair is complete. Once again, you have a beautiful Glitsa Swedish finish. Glitsa also sells the Glitsa brush. The Glitsa brush is specifically engineered to work with the Glitsa Gold Seal system. It holds more product and allows for a smoother finish. The tapered bristles allow for better feathering and flagging. You'll save money with our brush because you won't have to replace your brushes as often due to its special staple set design. Glitsa American has a full line of maintenance products to keep hardwood floors looking as beautiful as the day they were finished. Glitsa Ready-to-Use Cleaner and Glitsa Wood Floor Cleaner in concentrate form protect and clean hardwoods. Safe glides prevent hardwood from being scratched or marred by furniture.